There are 3 SUVs sitting on dealer lots right now with shiny paint and monthly payments that look reasonable, and every single one of them is a financial trap. Not because they are ugly, not because they are slow, because the repair bills hiding behind that bumper-to-bumper warranty are going to eat you alive the second that coverage expires. And right next to them, on the very same lots, are 4 SUVs that almost nobody is shopping for that cost less, break less, and will still be running long after those 3 money pits are sitting in a junkyard. After more than 2 decades of working on these things every single day, I have watched the same story play out hundreds of times. Someone walks in with a vehicle they thought was a great deal and hands me a repair estimate that costs more than their down payment. I'm going to save you from being that person. We are starting with the 3 worst offenders, the SUVs I would never let my own family buy, and then I'm going to show you 4 hidden deals the market is practically giving away right now. Stick around for all 4, because deal number 4 is the one nobody is talking about yet. Let us get into it. Waste of money. Number 3, Ford Explorer with the 2.3-liter EcoBoost. This one hurts because the Explorer is an American icon. Your dad probably drove one. I probably fixed your dad's. But the newer Explorers, specifically the ones with the 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder EcoBoost from 2016 to 2019, are ticking time bombs that dealerships are still trying to move at premium prices. I had a customer bring in a 2017 Explorer with the 2.3-liter EcoBoost last spring. 87,000 miles, bought it used for $19,000. He was proud of that deal. Then his engine started misfiring, white smoke from the exhaust, coolant disappearing with no visible leak. I already knew what it was before I even popped the hood. The head gasket had failed and coolant was leaking into cylinder 4. That is not a $500 fix. We are talking about a repair that runs $3,000 to $4,500 at an independent shop. And if the dealership gets their hands on it, I have seen estimates over $8,000 for a long block replacement. Here is the engineering problem. Ford took a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine and asked it to move a 4,500-pound SUV. That means the turbocharger is working overtime every single day just to keep up with normal driving. Turbos generate heat. Heat kills gaskets. The 2.3 EcoBoost has well-documented coolant intrusion issues, especially in Explorer applications where the engine is under constant load. Ford even had trouble keeping replacement long block engines in stock because demand was so high. That should tell you everything. On top of that, you have carbon buildup on the direct injection intake valves that Ford does not clean for you, turbocharger failures that run $1,800 to $2,400 for parts and labor, and an internal water pump on some models that, if it fails, can dump coolant directly into the engine oil. That is a catastrophic failure. RepairPal ranks the Explorer 19th out of 26 midsize SUVs for reliability. Consumer Reports gave certain model years a predicted reliability score of 1 out of 5. 1. And yet people are still paying $17,000 to $22,000 for these on the used market because it says Ford Explorer on the tailgate. Skip it. I will show you what to buy instead in a minute. Waste of money. Number 2, Volkswagen Tiguan. I know the Tiguan looks like a smart European alternative to the RAV4 or CR-V. Nice interior, drives well, reasonable price tag, and that is exactly the trap. Because the moment that warranty runs out, the Volkswagen Tiguan becomes one of the most expensive compact SUVs you can own. RepairPal gives the Tiguan a reliability rating of 3 out of 5 and ranks it dead last, 26th out of 26 compact SUVs. Let that sink in. Out of every single compact SUV they track, the Tiguan finishes in last place. Annual repair costs average $730 compared to $521 for the compact SUV segment average. That is $200 more per year, every year, for as long as you own it. And Tiguan owners visit the repair shop 0.9 times per year for unscheduled repairs. The segment average is 0.3. That means you are 3 times more likely to have an unexpected repair than if you bought almost any competitor. The biggest headache is the transmission. The Tiguan uses a dual-clutch automated gearbox that Volkswagen calls DSG. When it works, it is brilliant, smooth, fast shifts. But when the mechatronics unit fails, and it does fail, you are looking at a $3,000 repair. I have seen customers get hit with this bill at 70,000 miles, just barely outside warranty coverage. One owner told me Volkswagen would not cover it even though his warranty had expired only a week prior. Then you have the TSI Direct injection engine with carbon buildup on the intake valves that can cause rough idling and power loss. You have water pump failures, sometimes multiple times before 60,000 miles. You have timing chain tensioner issues on earlier models that were so bad they triggered a class action lawsuit. A well-maintained Tiguan can last. I am not saying it will explode at 80,000 miles, but when you look at what you are spending to keep it running versus what you would spend on a Tucson or a CX-5 or even a Kia, the math does not make any sense. You are paying German repair prices for a vehicle that depreciates like it is disposable. Waste of money. Number 1, Jeep Grand Cherokee from 2022 to 2024. This is the SUV I see the most regret from. People walk into the dealership, fall in love with the interior, love the off-road image, and drive home in a vehicle that Consumer Reports calls less reliable than the average car in its model year. The 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee alone has been recalled 15 times by NHTSA. 15. That is not a typo. The current 5th-generation Grand Cherokee that launched in 2022 is plagued by electrical system failures, transmission problems, and software glitches that light up the dashboard like a Christmas tree. The most commonly reported issues across owner surveys include transmission slipping, infotainment screens going blank, mid-drive, forward collision warning systems malfunctioning, and persistent check engine lights tied to drivetrain sensors. The numbers paint a bleak picture. RepairPal puts the Grand Cherokee's annual repair cost at $666, which is $93 above the midsize SUV average. Car Edge data shows a 32% chance of a major repair in the first 5 years of ownership. That is nearly 1 in 3. And if you bought the 4xe plug in hybrid version, it gets worse. There have been recalls for engine debris that can cause engine failure and potential engine compartment fires. That is not a maintenance item. That is a safety crisis. I had a customer come in last year with a 2023 Grand Cherokee, 34,000 miles. The infotainment system had crashed 4 times. The transmission was hunting for gears on the highway. One of the rear cameras stopped working entirely. This vehicle was 18 months old. She was underwater on the loan and stuck. Here's the kicker. A 2022 Grand Cherokee with 50,000 miles is still selling for $28,000 to $34,000 on the used market. For that money, you could buy one of the 4 vehicles I am about to show you and have thousands left over for gas and maintenance for the next 5 years. Speaking of which, If this kind of straight talk is saving you money, hit subscribe. I am just getting started. Now let me show you where the real deals are hiding. Hidden deal number 4, Buick Envision. Nobody walks onto a car lot and says, "I want a Buick." I get it. The brand feels like it belongs to your grandparents. And that perception is exactly why the Envision is one of the best-kept secrets on the used market right now. The Buick Envision is a compact luxury SUV with a quiet, comfortable ride, a genuinely premium interior, and it is backed by a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder from GM that has been refined across millions of vehicles. Repair costs are reasonable, depreciation is steep, and the used market is flooded with low-mileage lease returns. You can find 2021 and 2022 Envisions with under 40,000 miles for $18,000 to $22,000. A comparable Lexus NX from the same year with similar miles is $28,000 to $33,000. That is a $10,000 gap for a vehicle that rides just as quietly and has a nearly identical feature set. The Envision is not exciting. It is not going to win any drag races, but it is comfortable. It is cheap to maintain, and it is sitting on lots right now because nobody under 50 thinks to look at it. Their loss, your gain. Hidden deal number 3, Mazda CX-50. Mazda has been building some of the most underrated vehicles in America for years, and the CX-50 might be their best work yet. It launched in 2023 as a slightly larger, more rugged alternative to the CX-5, and it is already depreciating faster than it should because it does not have a Toyota or Honda badge. The CX-50 uses Mazda's proven Skyactiv G 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. No turbo to fail, no CVT to slip. It is paired with a traditional 6-speed automatic transmission that has been bulletproof across millions of Mazda vehicles. RepairPal gives Mazda one of the highest reliability scores in the industry, and the CX-5, which shares this powertrain, averages just $447 per year in maintenance. The CX-50 tracks nearly identically. Used 2023 CX-50s with 25,000 to 40,000 miles are going for $22,000 to $26,000 right now. For that price, you are getting a vehicle with available all-wheel drive, a premium interior that rivals luxury brands, and one of the best driving experiences in the segment. It handles like a sports sedan. If you have never driven a Mazda, go test drive one. You will understand in about 30 seconds. Hidden deal number 2, Hyundai Tucson. The Tucson is one of those vehicles I almost feel guilty telling people about because the deal is so good, it feels like something must be wrong. Nothing is wrong. The market just has not caught up yet. RepairPal gives the Hyundai Tucson a reliability rating of 4 out of 5, ranking it 5th out of 26 compact SUVs. Annual repair costs average just $426. That is lower than the RAV4, lower than the CR-V, lower than almost everything in the class. The probability of a major repair is only 10% compared to the 11% segment average. The redesigned 2022 and newer Tucson is a genuinely good-looking vehicle with a spacious interior, standard safety tech that competitors charge extra for, and available all-wheel drive. And here is the price. A 2022 Tucson SEL with 40,000 miles is going for $19,000 to $22,000. A 2022 RAV4 XL E with similar mileage is $24,000 to $27,000. You are saving $5,000 for a vehicle that costs less to maintain annually. On top of that, Hyundai still offers one of the best powertrain warranties in the business. If you are within the 10-year, 100,000-mile window from the original sale date, you are covered. That is peace of mind that Honda and Toyota simply do not match. Hidden. Deal number 1. Kia Telluride, best used 3-row value. Here it is, the one I have been saving for last. The Kia Telluride is, in my opinion, the single best value in the entire used 3-row SUV market right now, and the window to grab one at a discount is open for the first time since it launched. When the Telluride debuted in 2020, dealers were charging $5,000 to $10,000 over sticker price. People were on waiting lists for months. It won every SUV of the Year award in existence. And now that supply has finally caught up with demand, used Tellurides are sitting on lots with real discounts for the first time ever. A 2022 Telluride SX with 40,000 miles is now available for $30,000 to $34,000. That is the top trim. Leather, heated and cooled seats, a massive interior. And under the hood, it has the same 3.8-liter Lambda V6 that Kia and Hyundai have been refining for years. Naturally aspirated, no turbo, timing chain, not a belt. Paired with an 8-speed automatic that shifts smoothly and holds up over time. Kia's powertrain warranty still applies to second owners within the 10-year, 100,000-mile window. The Telluride is spacious enough to swallow 3 car seats across the second row. The third row is actually usable for adults, and it drives with a composure that makes people assume it costs $20,000 more than it does. Compare that to a used Toyota Highlander at similar miles, and you are paying roughly the same price. But the Telluride gives you more interior space, a more refined ride, and a warranty that the Highlander cannot touch. For the money, for the space, for the reliability, the Kia Telluride is the hidden deal of the year. So there it is. 3 sport utility vehicles that will drain your bank account, and 4 that the market is basically handing to you at a discount. The Ford Explorer EcoBoost with its ticking head gasket. The Volkswagen Tiguan that finishes dead last in reliability. The Jeep Grand Cherokee with 15 recalls and electrical gremlins. Skip all 3. And instead, look at the Buick Envision for luxury at bargain prices. The Mazda CX-50 for the best driving experience under $25,000. The Hyundai Tucson for the lowest maintenance costs in the class. And the Kia Telluride, the 3-row sport utility vehicle that finally came down to earth. You now have 7 sport utility vehicles. You can walk onto any lot and make a smarter decision than 90% of the people standing next to you. If you want to see which sport utility vehicles mechanics trust the most based on what we actually see in the shop, I did a whole video on that. It is right here. Like if this helped, subscribe for more. I will keep telling you what the dealerships will not. Drive safe, take care of your car, and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. I will see you in the next one.